Well, we've got a fun video for you this week. We're going to drive south of Anchorage to the Kenai Peninsula. Kenai is just about the most southern and western region of Alaska that you can still drive to. We'll be staying in Seward, Homer, and then Ninilchik. The Kenai Peninsula has world-class fishing and is home to the Kenai Fjords National Park. We hope to visit National Parks 50 and 51 on our National Park Challenge while we're on the peninsula. I'm Mike.
Hi, and I'm Fiona.
We're a newly retired expat British couple living in the USA. We're on a mission to visit all 63 US national parks. Please mash the like and subscribe button to follow along on our journey. Well, we're in Seward, Alaska, and we got here last night and went out for dinner and then came back to a rather disastrous situation with a tent.
Well, it's a KOA campsite, and for some reason they thought they'd put the tent sites on a bluff next to the road, next to the river, instead of a sheltered area with a carpet floor. So,
yeah, carpet floor, so you couldn't even put any tent pegs in there, could you? No,
you couldn't. So we did our best to put up the tent, and it actually was pretty good. There was just a couple of things we had to add when we came back. So this is the black stone everywhere. It is a form of slate, and they decided that they would put their campsites on a little bluff next to the river and the road. And here is the campsite. This one doesn't have anybody on it, but as you can see, it's a nice carpet. And they put some kind of tethering hooks on the sides. This doesn't work with a tent. So what we had to do, we had to extend all of the places where we would normally put pegs into the ground. Here we are. And we didn't fit on the mat anyway. The first night it was really blustery and the tent nearly fell down, but it survived.
It was actually a record storm apparently. They had 5 inches of rain in one day, which
is amazing.
Unusual even for Alaska. But it's actually cleared up now, so we'll walk you down the street because
it's cleared up, but it's still cold.
Oh yeah, it is a bit chilly. But the whole town has come alive, hasn't it? Now that the rain has stopped.
Alive.
We've already explored the Yukon Lounge, the famous dive bar in Seward, and we've been on a fabulous wildlife and scenic tour of the Kenai Fjords. We went in to see some glaciers. We saw lots of wildlife. Actually, I'll put some pictures up as we go.
We saw a black bear.
Oh yeah, we saw black bears if we haven't seen enough bears.
And we saw some mountain goats.
Goats. So not just marine mammals, because we did see a couple of different kinds of whales, a humpback whale and a fin whale.
Good. Yeah.
And lots of birds. Actually, one of my major goals of the trip on that tour was to get pictures of puffins. I did get pictures of puffins, but I was even more excited that I got them in flight. Birds in flight, puffins in flight, Fiona.
I know, you did have your big lens with you.
So a bit of a jazz festival has sprung up, Fiona.
Yeah, it's looking good. The street trucks, the music.
There are people in jeans and t-shirts. It's 49 degrees Fahrenheit. We've just returned from Kenai Fjords National Park exit glacier. There's only a few things you're doing in Kenai Fjords, I think it's pronounced.
Yep.
And that is, you go on a boat trip, check.
Which we did.
And you go and see the glacier, either exit glacier or the Harding ice fields. So we had a stroll to the exit glacier.
Yeah, it was just a stroll, just a 300 feet increase in elevation.
We've left Seward and we actually had a brief respite from the rain so we could actually pack up in the dry, which was a relief. It's rained solid for 3 days, but we stuck it out in the campsite.
We're on our way to Homer and the forecast is rain for the next 3 days, so we cancelled our KOA and we have an Airbnb for a couple of nights. We'll be able to dry everything off.
I did a bit of research and we're heading towards the Salty Dog dive bar. I did a search once on the 10 best dive bars in the USA and the Salty Dog in Homer, Alaska was in that top 10, so I'm looking forward to that.
But I wonder, if you're the best dive bar, does that mean you're the worst?
No, you're the best. You're the best dive bar.
You're the best dive bar.
So think about what makes a good dive bar, right?
Yeah, okay.
So it's they're cheap.
Nasty graffiti on the bathroom walls.
Okay, that's a counterpoint, but they're cheap.
Yeah.
They sell strong drinks cheaply. They sell beer cheaply. They don't waste a lot of money on decor. They have locals go to dive bars. You're not inundated with tourists. Although I dare say if you make it to the top 10 bars, dive bars in the country, even tourists pay attention to that. So there may be a few tourists in the Salty Dog. On the way to Homer, we'll go through Ninilchik, which is actually a place we're going to come back to in a couple of days. So this is the campsite that I had suggested to Fiona we stay at. There aren't many tents, I have to say. The one that we do see is flat.
It's being held down by some rocks right now. I guess people are going to come back to it on a less windy day.
Yeah, I told Fiona this would be a great place to camp, and she said, no, no, no. Well, it's a lot more pleasant out of the wind on the other side of the spit, Fiona.
It truly is, and it's beautiful. Everywhere you go in Alaska, there appears to be snow-capped mountains.
We are basking in the sun in Homer. We're at the Homer Brewing Company. The forecast today was rain. It's actually baking sunshine. I think the weather...
It has been howling wind, so it would have been difficult to camp still, and it was raining a lot yesterday. So I think we made a good decision to do Airbnb.
I think you're right, and to be fair, I think it listed it as 48 degrees F this morning, feels like 35. We enjoyed our stay in Homer. We had no excursions planned, they were set for Ninilchik, but we explored the spit, checked out the Salty Dog, which was rather too inundated with tourists for our liking, and took the opportunity to dry off in the Airbnb. The views from our Airbnb were stunning, and we were just a short walk from a true locals dive bar, Characters in downtown Homer. After 2 days in Homer, we retraced our route back to now sunny Ninilchik, where we camped for 3 nights at J&J Smart Charters and Campground. Once we'd pitched our tent, we set off on our bikes to explore the campground and area. Ninilchik is an old Russian community, and we'd heard about a Russian Orthodox church. We headed out to find it and photograph it. We went to see the Russian Orthodox Church in Ninilchik last night, and it was pretty cute out there, sat on top of the bluff with the old village below it. But I felt like the light wasn't really right, and I didn't have the right lens to show it off with the mountain in the background. So this morning I'm heading back, this time in the car rather than on the bike, to get the picture I want of it. Actually, I won't get exactly the picture because the onion features have been damaged apparently, so they're off for repair, but I'm going to try and get a picture with a long lens, the mountain behind, the church, with the whole scene compressed. Let me show you if I can. Probably this vantage point is the best, so I'll take some shots and put them up. It's unfortunate that we don't consider photographers' needs when we place parking lots and things. Actually, doesn't everyone rather see an iconic scene like this without a bunch of cars in it? They did think about it at the Moulton Farm in Tetons, but apparently not here. So I have a drone, of course, so in this case I thought to get over those trees and get a shot, a cleaner shot of the church, albeit with the mountain disappearing into the distance. I put the drone up and got some stills of the scene. We had a halibut fishing charter booked for the next day, and we were interested to see the beach boat launch and recovery process. The water was fairly calm, but it still looked like a crazily dangerous process to get the boats in and out of the water. There were some bigger boats, and there were days when the Cook Inlet was much rougher. What a fabulous day we've had. We're just heading out to have a drink at the end of a long day, but we went halibut fishing for the first, possibly only time, but you should have seen it. We were successful. Michael caught a couple of big ones, but mine, the one I caught, he was huge, probably weighing about 80 to 85 pounds in weight. We got like over 50 pounds of filleted and cleaned halibut out of this fishing charter that we went on. We've put a couple in the fridge, haven't we, Fiona? We have. We're going to use those tomorrow. There's a Thai restaurant just down the road that cooks up your fish for you, so that's what we're going to do. We gave like 30 pounds to the crew. Also, we've put aside 20 pounds that we are freezing, and then we're shipping it overnight to Virginia, and we're going to yeah, apparently by FedEx, overnight FedEx ships your fish. Our plan was to go to Lake Clark on another boat charter today, but the weather changed overnight. It got windy, it was warmer, but the seas have got pretty rough. They were talking about, what were the wave sizes, Fiona? Like 10 foot. 10 foot. 10 foot swells. So here we are on our way to Anchorage now, a day early. Yeah, it leaves us with a problem though, because of course Lake Clark National Park was part of our National Park Challenge of all 63 national parks. And now we got a hole in our itinerary where we're not going to get to see Lake Clark. Well, we've seen it actually across the estuary many times. Every time we went to the office of the J&J Charters, you could see Lake Clark National Park, but we've not actually put a foot in it. So we're not counting that. Yeah. Well, we have some inquiries out to bush plane operators. We're hoping we can find a bush plane either tomorrow to take us out to Lake Clark, or maybe when we get back from our next trip up north.
So sadly, that's it for the Kenai Peninsula. Now we're off to above the Arctic Circle, Kotzebue, and we'll fly from there to Gates of the Arctic and Kobuk Valley.
Yeah, that will be in the next video, so stick around to see us fly Alaskan into Kotzebue and then take a bush plane to the next 2 national parks on our list.
Fingers crossed the weather holds out for us. Stay tuned.